Yeah, I'm Steve, and this is my wife, Chris Jankevicius. We're Alliance owners. We've had our rig for 2 years. It was kind of by accident. We walked into the dealership going to look at another rig, and as the sales guy drove by, he goes, "Hey, you guys might like this one, might like this Alliance." And we never heard of them before. Walked in and really liked what we saw. Saw the things that they had changed, things that they had done differently than other manufacturers. So
went to their Facebook pages and started surfing and seeing the responses, that how great Alliance is and customer service and that type of stuff. It was a combination of many things. It was the customer service, it was the style of the rig, flat slides, the no carpets. The list is long, and of course I can't think of it. We've owned the rig for about 2 years, or just a little over 2 years. Up to Maine and back from Houston, and that took us about 5 months. So.
we consider ourselves most time. We're trying to live, we retired last year. We're trying to stay in it as long as we can throughout the year. We've met a lot of other allies and Alliance owners in our travels, and we try to meet up with them whenever we can to travel together.
It's our trial camper to see if this is really what we want to do, and then yes, it's what we want to do. And so from there we went shopping and stuff, and there was a couple of other brands that we were really looking seriously at, and when we happened upon Alliance, and it was like, whoa!
From the company standpoint, Alliance was great. I asked a few questions online, or messaged Bill Martin, and he picked up the phone and called me to answer my questions, and put my mind at ease a little bit about traveling and warranties and things like that. It's like, look, we got your back. And by looking at the Alliance, Facebook pages and things like that, and seeing the conversations, it really kind of solidified the deal. Yeah, so when we're talking to different dealers while we're trying to make our deal and find the right dealer, the right price, things like that. The one dealer that was in Alabama, we're in Texas, he had the best deal for us. But I was concerned because the other dealers are saying, hey, if you don't buy from us, we're not going to service it here, or you're going to get way on the bottom of the list, and that's was my concern. And I sent it to Bill, and 30 minutes later he's calling me, which I thought was pretty amazing. To get a call from the VP from Alliance, and we talked for another half an hour about it. He said, look, it's a camper, it has wheels, you're not supposed to be home. You're not supposed to be anywhere near your dealer necessarily, we'll help you out. And that sealed the deal for me. I think for me, the actual feature, and it's not the RV, it's the community that we were in. The Alliance community is...
The alleys are awesome. We have met some really good friends. Yeah, we've only known them for a couple of years, but they're like lifelong friends now.
Yeah, it's not necessarily the RV, it's the community that we're in. So. I think there was one thing that Charles and Mark and I had noticed on the solar installs about a disconnect switch from the solar panels, that it would be convenient to be able to disconnect them. And we talked to Jeremiah and a couple of the others from Alliance and said, hey guys, why don't you try to do this? And they did. A couple weeks or a couple months later, they were starting to do that. So it makes it a lot easier for people doing service and maintenance on their rig. So.
Absolutely, it was a wonderful investment.
It was a fair price, but the value that we have of the support we get from Alliance
is tremendous. That adds a lot to the value of the rig. We've got 2 dogs, but they're back home with the daughter. They're 2 80-pound lab mixes, so...
They take up a lot of space and leave a lot of fur everywhere. Yeah, I think there's some things that Alliance has done to this to make it a more durable RV, as far as the Asdel and the walls and the PVC roof.
The switches, instead of the in-command or the iPad type screen to do all that, that they just do the switches that you can. if they fail, you can go to the parts store and pick up a new one.
We tell the story. We tell the story of what we've experienced. We've done it multiple times at the RV shows. We've sit down and talk about what things we've done with them, why Alliance did what they did to it with the switches, the roof, the ASDL, and then the story of the team, the A-team as we all call them. But they sell themselves pretty quickly once you start talking through all that stuff.
That one of the things I think they did when they first started was to go out and solicit feedback from the Facebook group on what do people want and stuff. And it's everything from the no carpet, the flat slide outs, heavier axles and stuff, that type of rating of the stuff that also tends to fail or is a problem. That's where they looked at and stuff. I think they looked at the 10 most warranted items and stuff and say, how can we get rid of that? Probably traveling with other allies and stuff, and we're traveling with 2 others up here, and then we're going to be traveling this summer with them and stuff. And it's one of those that we travel, we get to a campsite, and we'll sit and take turns cooking dinner and that type of stuff. That it's one of those that the alley friendship is wonderful.
Yeah, and the rally, and we've been to 2 national rallies so far and 3 Texas rallies. It's great to meet new people and hang out. And we help each other out if something's broken on their coach, so we go and try to help them get it fixed too. So
it's wonderful to be part of the family.
it is.